Hey there everyone, how you doing? So if you watch this channel, you know that we are traditionally buy and hold investors, i.e. one rental at a time. But something we picked up in the last couple of years since we both retired is we are now buying slumlord properties, spending pretty significant money and then ultimately leasing them and then selling them as pride of ownership rentals. Right? We've done plenty of walkthroughs. You can go back and look through them on this channel. We've purchased 40 of these and I've already sold 32 with I think 3 or 4 more in escrow currently. So the model's working out. Investors are happy. Private money's happy. The strategy is working. Unfortunately, in our drive or our visit yesterday to Fresno, one of the properties we went to is one we've been having problems with. So we purchased it for a decent price. It was occupied, so we did what was right. We gave the 60-day notice. They vacated, and then we went inside, and we needed to spend $20,000 to $30,000 fixing it up. It was the traditional, well-used slumlord property. So that meant brand new kitchen. Gut the kitchen, gut the bathroom, new floors, new paint, new fixtures, pretty much new everything. That was going pretty well. It's probably a 4 to 5 week job. And right around week 3, we had a little break in, right, where somebody, kicks in the door or whatnot. Nothing was really used. I guess they broke in and took a shower and probably slept, but no real damage other than the back door was kicked in. This happens occasionally. This particular, I'll call it transient, wasn't destructive other than a door. But frankly, stuff we're pretty used to. It happens. Unfortunately, this house is gone downhill from there. It's now been broken into 3 or 4 times. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, this is the house that had the kitchen cabinets stolen after being installed. This is the house where somebody took the time to break in through the siding, the insulation, and then the drywall. It kind of made a human doggy door, if you will. Now we have an alarm. We've always had an alarm. We get there, but it's kind of after the destruction. I'm now paying security to go by and visit this property 5 times a day, a couple of times during the day and 3 times at night. So it's getting under control. However, unfortunately, because it is known to be empty, it is kind of making its way through the spider web of the homeless population in this area. The other thing I've noticed is it does have an alley behind it, which some houses in Fresno do, and unfortunately it's right on the corner. So it kind of has 2 points of access to people to know it's vacant. So in the past, these really haven't bothered me because it's kind of a one and done thing. You kind of like, okay, great, we got to secure it more, send an alarm. It's not a problem. But this house now has been hit 3 times, and I just don't feel good about selling it to a new landlord. I did have a buyer lined up. Everything we've bought has a investor lined up, like within the week of purchase, and I just can't sell it in good faith. I think once we rent it, right, once it's occupied by a tenant, the property is going to be great and would not have any issues. However, I don't know that and I can't guarantee it. So I don't want to ruin any relationships. I don't want to ruin our reputation for producing good stuff. So I had to reach out to the investor who was getting excited to buy it because it was almost done, and let them know that this one's going to have to sit on the shelf for a while. So I'm moving this property to Plan B. I am going to lease it, and I'm going to hold it somewhere between 6 and 12 months, probably 12 months for tax reasons, and then just see what happens, right? If it doesn't have any other issues and once it's occupied, it goes forward, we may sell it, we may keep it. It's something we happen to own free and clear, so it's no mortgage, no private money, nothing. But again, it's something that I just don't feel right selling, right? We move a tenant in, maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. And I want to produce good stuff, right? Both Olivia and I talked about it. And it's like, no, we just, we wouldn't want to buy it, right? If we were just starting out, it's going to be our first property. It's just too much. We can handle it, right? We've now seen this dozens of times across our portfolio. So it doesn't stress us out. But if this was the only house we had and something like that happened, it would be not good. So in the end, we're moving this property, the first one of the 40, to Plan B. Lessons learned from this is, maybe think twice about properties right up on the alley on a corner. Maybe don't go for the highest rent. Maybe get it occupied faster with a lower rent. Lots of things we could do. I still think it's a long-term hold and fine. It's actually on a lot that will likely support an ADU, so there's really upside because the house is built so far back. I believe next year the ADUs will be permitted or allowed in Fresno. So we'll just build an accessory dwelling unit in the front and actually get a lot more income. So it's going to be fine for us. But again, we went yesterday, we looked at 5 projects. All of them are doing fine. It's just this house got busted in again. And I'm like, you know what? I can't sell this house. It could be okay, but I just don't know. So it happens. Everything doesn't work out. This is a people business. Unfortunately, part of that process is you have to deal with potentially people breaking into vacant properties. It does happen. And this is not even in a horrible area. It's kind of a B minus area. I own 20 houses within a mile, maybe half a mile of this place, and they're all fine. But this one is targeted. It's known. I'm guessing the same people are coming back, or maybe it's the same group are coming back. And, unfortunately, we made the call to save our reputation, to save our investor stress. We just couldn't sell it. So we're going to keep it. It's going to be in our buy and hold long-term portfolio for the time being. So I just wanted to share that with you. It happens. And, you just got to make the right decisions for everyone. And I think we did. So thanks for listening. Take care.